Click and drag the lotion over the body to moisturize it. Why not? We've already shaved and massaged a dead man. Why not give him some lotion on his nipples as well? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Citrus Games. And we're picking up a new game today called A Mortician's Tale. I'm not sure what kind of game it is. I think it's sort of a cross between sort of like a visual novel and an interactive clicker, maybe, I think. And it was free, so let's have a look anyway. So let's get into it. Start new game. September 14th, 10:15 a.m. So this is us, I'm guessing. Just before we go ahead, let's just... I want to just have a look at the options, actually. Make sure that they're all... Oh, yes, we need to crank this up. Maximum. Save settings. Okay, off we go. September 14th, 10:15 a.m. So here she is. This is us. What do we... So it's point and click. It's a very soft music, isn't it? Very nice. So I'm guessing it's gonna walk us through here. So let's go and have a look. It's like we've got an email. Hello and welcome to our new funeral director. Welcome, Charlie. Nice to meet you. My name's Matthew. I'm mainly going to be the man who delivers the bodies to you and helps with some of the more heavy lifting. Ever hear that joke about the hearse driver? I'll tell it to you when you come by in a bit. Looking forward to working together. I think you'll enjoy working here. Amy is a sweetheart, but she runs a tight ship. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. She wouldn't have hired you otherwise. The economy of phrasing there. Yeah. Lots of that in there. Cheers and good luck, Matthew J. Funeral Director, Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our new Charlotte, or Charlie, as she told me she likes to be referred to. Charlie is a recent graduate who came highly recommended, is eager to begin her career here with us at Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. Please take time to make Charlie feel at home within our family. We'll have a nice catered lunch this afternoon, so we can all get to know each other a little better. Okay, what else have we got? Well, you're new here, so it's probably best to explain where everything is. In your office preparation room, you'll find your cremation station, cremulator station, embalming station, and obviously, since you're reading this email, your desk and computer area. Is this... this better not be a horror game. You know you have experience working with these stations, but please let me know if you have any questions. I didn't realise this was going to be a... reading simulator. Let's read from the bottom. We're happy. We understand there are usual procedures that must be followed in these situations, but if you could kindly not embalm my mother, that would greatly be appreciated. And we will proceed with closed casket for the service. I know she... hang on, this looks actually like a gig, doesn't it? We're happy to be with Rose and Daughters from her mother. Yes, so this is actually like one of the gigs we're going to have to do. Kindly not embalm. So don't embalm. We will proceed with closed casket for the service. I just know she wouldn't have wanted her death to have any negative impact on the environment, and she thought hard to beat her heart disease and to live healthy. It would be a shame to have her final moments to be counter to the way she lived. I'm here, of course. We will happily oblige your request and for no embalming and for a closed casket. I'll ensure our funeral director receives your request. Hello, Charlie. I hope you've settled okay so far. Matthew should have dropped off your first body for you to work on. He said you were really friendly, and he's glad to have someone young and lively to work with. You'll get used to his sense of humour. Your first body is Ms. Garcia, an elderly woman who died suddenly of a heart attack. The family has asked for a closed casket funeral, so no embalming or body preparation is necessary. The family seems a little bit more united than previous families we've dealt with. Strange how grief affects people differently. Perhaps having more time to say goodbye makes things easier, if that's possible. That being said, although you will not be embalming Miss Garcia, I do think it's important for you to take time to clean her body. No one is going to see her body, but I like to encourage my funeral directors to do this out of respect for the deceased and the loved ones. You'll find Mrs. Garcia in the prep room. Yes, Rose and Daughters. So this is the website as well, by the looks of it. Lovely website. Diverse range of services. Burial with open casket. Wow, pricey. Burial with a closed casket. Cremation with a ceremony and direct burial with no... So the cheapest way to die, then, it seems, is a direct cremation with no ceremony or reception. $600 in the ground. That's it. In fact, no, it's £600 into the heater. Custom packages as well. Going to me, Amy. Okay, so let's crack on then. So this is the one, this is important, we got to reply to this one. Sure, I'll get right to it. So this is our first body over here. Please don't come alive. I've been playing too many horror games at the moment. I don't want this to turn into some kind of horrific jump scare. This is a prep room where you will prepare bodies for burials and viewings, okay? Because the family has requested closed casket ceremony with no embalming, you are just going to clean the body. Click on the sponge and drag it over the body to clean it. Cotton balls, where's the sponge? Sponge. Do I actually have to press it? Ah, there we go. Give her a little bit of a clean up there. This is where all my Photoshop practice comes into action. That's it, you're done. Mrs. Garcia will be sent to Mike, who will take care of dressing and put her in the casket. Time to go to Mrs. Garcia's funeral. You're responsible for taking care of the deceased body, but it's also important to pay your respects to their loved ones. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlour. Well, that was a relatively easy gig. We got paid for that. Oh, full house. Is it rude to tuck straight into the food stand? Right, so they asked for a closed casket. If I click on this, is she going to go and open the casket? No, she's just paying respects. That's fine. I thought it was going to she was going to like crack the lid open and then everyone was going to freak out. Right, let's talk to these guys. She would have hated these paintings. She was so particular. Yeah, at least she doesn't have to see them, I guess. That's... yeah, I guess. Is that it then? Oh, so we're not even talking to these people. This guy's on his own. He looks like he's dealing with things on his own. We usually don't small talk a lot at these things. At least that's what I was always taught. Okay. Well, no one wants to talk to me. It told me to be nice. I hate wearing pantyhose. My legs are so itchy. But it's always cold in these funeral homes. I think I might actually miss those sweaters she used to knit for me now. Oh, little kid. Mummy, I'm hungry. Where can we go? Well, nobody really wants to address the issue here. Yeah, I heard the family specifically saying no embalming. I thought it was mandatory, like required by law, but I guess not. Embalming weirds me out. Do those chemicals leach into the ground? Seems strange to be building a chemical that is known to cause cancer into the ground like that. That's a good point. Or into the sewer. That's what they must do with the leftover formaldehyde. Right? Just pour it down the drain? There's probably a bit more to it, I'm guessing, but at least embalming guarantees you won't be buried alive. That's true, but I don't want to be embalmed alive either. Stop it, don't make me laugh right now. Okay, so that's everybody you've spoken to. You don't have to go round again, do you? No. So I guess that's it, there's nothing else to do. Unless we're allowed to eat a sandwich. No. I should be allowed a sandwich for that. I've been and said hello to people, paid my respects. October 11th, 10:09 a.m. Emails already. And we're cleaning our work surface as well. Got to have a clean work surface when you're dealing with the dead. It's not like a kitchen work surface or anything like that, but still. So, do they disappear? What to wear? Story about death. I think these are different every time, aren't they? think they are, yeah. Can I rant for just a second? I'm so tired of hearing strangers, colleagues, anybody get on my case for wearing corsets. I wear them, under my blazer and over my nice blouse. So it's not like I'm dressing inappropriately. Even though dress codes are such sexist BS anyway. And like, I hate how their misogyny gets veiled in faux concern. Jen, I'm just worried you're damaging your body. You know what corsets do to livers, right? Corsets don't do anything to livers. They're definitely not hurting me as much as your condensation. It's not condensation. Condescension is hurting my head. Okay, so let me explain this in a little more detail. A colleague and I were discussing the tight laces liver specimen that we have here at the museum. It's from a woman who died in 1907. I'm surprised there still is a liver. 1907. And the liver is tapered inwards from what the doctor leading the autopsy believed was too tight lacing on her corset. It's fascinating because this kind of controversial topic, tight lacing, was super popular, and while people associated it with fainting or hysteria, it's actually been associated with visceratopitis, which is when organs fall to the lower part of the abdomen, which is super unsettling but can be caused by being pregnant. Okay. Corsets probably mess up some bones, but likely didn't do this kind of internal organ damage. And I'm tired of the I'm just going to skip that word. About my wardrobe that implies I don't know what I'm doing. These are the kinds of things which I specifically research, and yet I'm treated like I know nothing about. Hi Amy, please pass along my deepest thanks to you and your staff for the wonderful job they did at my mother's funeral. There you go, you see, we did it all right. It was really lovely, our family so rarely gets together. It was nice seeing everyone come out for such a beautiful service. My son never gets to see his family. Also, it was incredibly kind of you to let us bring our own food. Getting to share home-cooked meals, sharing stories, being there together, it meant a lot. So what I'm saying is it was very nice for everyone to be there like that, together in that way. And I know how much of that was due to the work of your staff. Thank you for making this difficult time easier for us. Well, you're very welcome, Mira Garcia. Funerals Monthly. We all know everyone wants to be respectful at funerals. Don't talk too loudly, be kind, smile, and refrain from making inappropriate jokes, at least around the grieving family. Sometimes some people do need a little bit of a pick-me-up during such hard times. Who are we to judge? And a big part of that is knowing what to wear. Roman Catholic funerals tend to lean towards the formal, black attire rule, and it works for us. Did you know this goes back to the days of the Roman Empire, where people would wear black as a symbol of mourning? Black isn't universally the symbol for mourning, though. And if you're attending a funeral that is from a culture that is not your own, it's important to understand this. Some colours have different meanings, and despite your best intentions, the wrong choice could mean accidental offence. For example, in Hinduism, and in Chinese cultures, white is a typical colour for funerals. For Islam, though, it's less about the colour you were wearing and more about how modestly you were dressed. Refrain from wearing any elaborate jewellery and be respectful of your behaviour. For Sikh funerals, colour of clothing is as important as dressing modestly and being able to appropriately sit cross-legged. Actually, being respectful is just the number one rule for any funeral, no matter what, really. Remember that. Please don't hesitate to ask what is and isn't appropriate to wear. If you're attending to support a friend, family member, or a partner, this day is not about you. So be sure to do whatever you can to be as respectful and supportive as possible. Even if that means not wearing what you're used to wearing at a funeral. Or even if it just means asking how you can appropriately show your respect. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, if nothing else, Funerals Monthly is going to turn me into a funeral director myself. I can always fall back on that. I could probably put it in my CV. If the worst comes to the worst, I could move out of IT and move into the death field. I reckon we've got time to do one more funeral. Hi Charlie, here the instruction for your next body. You did a remarkable job on the first one. The family is very happy. No small feat, of course. Pleasing a grieving family isn't exactly the most comfortable of jobs. Your next job is a man named Mr. Duval, an elderly man, died of old age. Nothing fancy, just a standard funeral with embalming. You can reach out to his daughter Lizzie Duval if you have any questions. She's handling her father's passing as well as can be expected. As always, don't hesitate to ask me any questions. Best, Amy Rose. P.S. Charlie, dear, please remember to wear to wear proper embalming gear. Formaldehyde is extremely dangerous. I know I don't need to tell you, but my maternal instincts are hard to ignore. I promise I won't mother you too much. Right, let's get on it. Here he is, the old guy. He looks so peaceful. He actually looks a bit miserable. But then again, I suppose you would be. You're dead. Traditional burials typically require embalming, which preserves the body and prevents it from decomposing as quickly. I wonder what... Is that because it's going to decompose super quick? Or is it to retain it over a longer period of time? In which case, why would you need to do that over a longer period of time? Surely you just need to get through the funeral. And then after that, you're either going to be cremated or going to be put in the ground. So why... What does it matter what you look like once you're in the ground? Unless the family requests otherwise, all traditional burials will use embalming. Let's start by cleaning the body. I'm cleaning an old man. I can now mark this off my bucket list. Sponge bath an old dead man. Let's work on the nipples there. Click on the razor to drag a... I've got to shave an old man now. What the hell's going on here? Now, do we shave his... over the body? I mean, should we, like, let him have a beard? Whoa, watch those nipples. Don't want to take the ends off those. Give him a face shave as well. Perfect. In order to break rigor mortis, you'll have to massage the body. What is going on here? Click and drag over the body to massage it. Well, this is something I never thought that I would be doing. I'm now massaging an old dead man after having cleaned and shaved him. The eyeballs, I wonder if this is going to be... This is a tutorial type thing, so it's probably not going to tell us in future, so I'll forget. The eyeballs deflate once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag an eye cap. Oh, God. Click and drag an eye cap into each eye socket to give it shape. Click and drag an eye cap. Oh, I see, one of these eye caps. I thought it meant I had to massage the eye hole. That doesn't look nice. Look, it's got spikes on it. To keep the eyes shut, you need to glue them. Well, we're learning a lot here today, guys. Glue the eyes shut. The mouth sags. I didn't realise all this went into burying someone. The mouth sags and hollows once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag a cotton ball in the mouth to give it shape. This is like going to the dentist when they ram the cotton wool in your mouth. To keep the mouth from opening, you need to suture it shut. This is like some kind of... I don't know, it's morbid enough as it is. Click and drag the needle to thread the jaw closed. Click and drag the lotion over the body to moisturize it. Why not? We've already shaved and massaged a dead man. Why not give him some lotion on his nipples as well? Embalming involves removing blood and replacing it with preserving chemicals. Click drag the scalpel to make an incision. You're going to need a tube for draining the blood. Click on the tube and drag it to the neck incision. Is that a tube? No. Tubing. Trocar! There's some tube in there. Click on the cannula and drag it to the carotid artery. Is that this? Cannula. This is how you'll get the preserving chemicals into the bloodstream. So is that going in there? Or down here? Okay. You'll now need to connect the embalming machine to the cannula. Grab some additional tubing and drag it to the... This is very complex! Drag it to the So where do we... Drag some... Get some additional tubing and drag it to the cannula. You'll need to connect the embalming machine to the cannula. That was a cannula, wasn't it? Yeah. Grab some additional tubing and drag it to the cannula. So where does it plug in? Ah, there we go. Click the button on the embalming machine to turn it on. Let me put my tube down. In order to evenly distribute the chemicals, you'll have to massage them through the body. Back to the old massaging again. I can hear a clock going as well. Are we being timed? Is this a speed run? Oh, I missed it! This is entirely too much old person massaging for my liking. Are we not done yet? This is like actual work now. Ah, we're done. Now, let's sew up that incision. Click and drag the needle and thread over the incision to close it. Almost done. You need to drain the organs, Jesus Christ, of any remaining fluids. Click on the trocar and then hold on the abdomen until all the liquid has been drained. This is so morbid. You're all done. Mike will take care of Mr. Duval's makeup, as well as dressing and putting him in his casket. It's time to attend the funeral. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlour. Do we need to get changed first? Or is there nothing particularly that we need to be bothered about this time? It's not any kind of cultural funeral. First things first, always pay respect. Sir, I hope I did you proud. I hope you enjoyed your nipple shave. Right, let's talk to some of these guys. He always wanted to take his grandkids to the park, play catch. He loved playing catch. He threw a mean curveball, that's for sure. Come and see the kid. Looks pretty depressed. Oh, he's on a tablet. He's playing a game. That is disrespectful. So strange, not seeing most people wearing white. Should I? It didn't tell me I could change clothes. White? Yeah, I think it's different for different family members. I can't remember. I haven't gone to many traditional funerals. So mostly white, but like definitely not red, no matter what. I read Funeral Weekly. I know what's what as far as the dressing to a funeral is. Came out of nowhere. I mean, it always sort of does, doesn't it? Yeah, 1 minute you're laughing, having fun, and the next, poof, that person is gone. Just like, gone. Yeah, it's weird to think about it for too long. Like staring at the sun. I start to feel all fuzzy when I think about it. So weird how our bodies just stop working like that. It is actually really weird how they do just stop working. Like gradually over time, we get about, 80 years on average, I guess, for a healthy person, maybe more, that your organs and things just degrade. Yeah. So I think that's it. Okay. December 2nd, 10:22. I'm not going to go into doing this one. I'm just going to read the email from the person that organised or wanted that funeral. She's got tattoos on her arm, I just noticed there as well. So we'll leave that one. Lizzie Duval, that's the one. Hi Amy, thank you for the wonderful evening you and your staff put together for my father's funeral. He wasn't always an easy man to get along with, but I'm glad to have seen him off in such a kind way. Passing on this lovely thank you note. Well, you are welcome, Lizzie Duval. That was the first time that I've ever strip scrubbed shaved, massaged, and whatever else a dead person, no less a dead old person. So I wonder how much more we're going to have to do of that. So that should have saved now. So there you go, guys. That is the, well, a Mortician's Tale. It's interesting. It's a little less action-packed than my usual one. It's a nice slow pace. I like the music with it as well. So we'll pick up with this another time. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and a comment. Let me know what you thought. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you'd like to see more from me, please hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know when I next post a video. All my social links are in the description below. And don't forget, I also stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/citrus with a 7 instead of a T. But as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next video.